It's Watcha Cookin Wednesday, and we're making broccoli salad. I made this recipe, I kind of threw it together a few weeks ago, and Andrew and I just absolutely loved it. And now that Andrew is dieting, I thought I would make it again, except this time make it a protein version. Anytime I say something is a protein something, most likely it has cottage cheese in it. And so that's what I'm doing today. I'm swapping the mayo for the cottage cheese, or the cottage cheese for the mayo. And I haven't shared this recipe with you all before, but it was delicious. And I think you all are really gonna like it. Broccoli salad is not something that I ever crave or really ever even think about. I had it one day. I don't remember where I had it at. And it just got me thinking about it. And so that evening for dinner, I needed something and I had broccoli and I thought, I'm going to throw together some broccoli salad. And we just loved it. This broccoli salad is a little bit different than a broccoli salad that you are probably familiar with. And I like it better because there's ingredients in a traditional broccoli salad that I'm just not super crazy about. But obviously everybody's got their own opinions about what broccoli salad should be. Personally, I have never been a fan of fruit in my salad. I just do not care for it. And that includes raisins. I don't care for raisins in my salad. I like raisins. I love raisins, especially in cookies. But I don't care for them in a salad. So this recipe does not have raisins in it. But it does have nuts and some other stuff. So when you hop on, say hello. Let me know you're watching. I'm trying to remember. I don't think we got to cook last week. But we're doing it today. We're making broccoli salad for Andrew. And I mean, let's face it, I'm probably going to have a little bit of it too. But this is something great that he can take for lunch because he travels during the day. And he usually needs something that's somewhat on the go or that he can just pull out of his lunchbox that he doesn't have to worry about heating up. And so something like this is perfect for him. It's going to have that protein in it. It's going to have that fiber in it. And so it's going to be a really good diet, appropriate lunch. So let's see here. Hello, everybody. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Carol. Hey, Linda. Good afternoon, everyone. Hello, Carolyn. Thanks for joining. I'm so glad y'all are here. Y'all, it's a beautiful day here in Kentucky after a flood yesterday. Hi, Becky. 86 degrees today and the sun is shining, so that's always nice. Hello, Myrna. All right, so let me tell y'all what's in this. So I've got broccoli. It's 2 heads of broccoli. And this is enough to fill this bowl right here. So you could always double it. 2 heads of broccoli. I always buy the broccoli crowns because I don't like the stalk. So I never use the stalk. It's a waste. So I always just buy the crowns. So 2 broccoli crowns. An entire box of bacon. I use this. It's just easy. It's also lower calorie than traditional bacon. So a whole box of this. We're going to be using some onion. If you're using a purple onion, about a half of a purple onion. I'm going to be doing shallot today, and I'm probably going to be using 3, but we'll see how it goes. Oh, I'm glad you're here, Cindy. Hey, Michelle. The brownies were actually really good. I need to make them again. I've got some bananas over here that are getting there. And when these are there, I'm going to make another batch of those brownies. And in one batch, I'm going to blend up some oats and put some oats in one of them for Griffin. Hoping that will be good. So it also has pecans in it. Of course, you could omit this if you wanted to, but I like that crunch, and shredded cheese. Okay, so let's get to making our broccoli salad. So I'm going to start with my broccoli, and we're just going to cut the broccoli up into small pieces. So I just start by cutting all of the little florets off of the stalk. Do you all like broccoli salad? Is this something that you make often? Do you take it to cookouts and things like that? Honestly, a couple of weeks ago is the first time I had ever made broccoli salad. And I think it's something that I'm going to be adding to the list of things to make often because we really enjoyed it. So I'm just going to cut the broccoli into bite-sized pieces. And sometimes I just cut more of that stem off so that I can have just those florets, because that's my favorite part. Griffin calls them treetops. He likes just the treetops. That's his favorite part too. Abby, I'm in Kentucky. Thanks for celebrating, Michelle. So we're doing 2 crowns of broccoli here. We'll see if that looks like enough. Teresa, well, this would be a really good recipe for you because it's something that holds in the fridge for several days. You know, it's not going to get soggy. It's going to keep its crunch. And so you can just fix a batch of this and then you can eat on it for several days. I love a salad like that. I make salads like that a lot because it's just easy for me to just go to the fridge, grab a bowl of it, and I'm good to go. Half broccoli and half cauliflower. That sounds good. I've been taking cauliflower and cutting it up into bite-sized pieces and putting it in a bowl and adding seasoning to it and just eating it like that, raw cauliflower seasoned. I've been putting taco seasoning on it and just eating it like that, like a chip, except it's cauliflower. Judy, the brownies were actually a hit. They were all eaten, and I'm shocked that they were, but they were. So they were good. They were really good refrigerated. That's what we ended up doing with them. The texture actually did turn out similar to a brownie. It doesn't have the same taste. It is definitely not the same taste. So I wouldn't call them brownies, but I see why they're called brownies. And they were chocolatey though, you know, like when you're not eating sugar and you like chocolate, they were chocolatey. And so they were good, you know, they were good. And, he and I both enjoyed them. So like I said, I am planning to make them again. I've got bananas over here so that I can make them whenever those bananas are really good and ripe. Hey, Teresa, I'm doing well. How are you? We are almost there, getting this broccoli cut up. I made a salad the other day for me that's a kale salad. And kale is really great for salads, by the way, because it keeps its crunch and it doesn't get wilty. And so it's really good for salad. And so I did like tomatoes and cucumbers and onion and olives, kale, chickpeas, and then just like lemon juice and olive oil and stuff like that. Oh, good, Christy. I'm so glad you liked it. Okay, so I've got my bowl of broccoli here. Again, this was 2 heads, 2 broccoli crowns. And that'll last a little bit. It's definitely several servings of broccoli right there. Okay. Hey, Effie. Jenny, I'm not cold, but if I had on my sleeveless and didn't have on this jacket, then I would be. Yes, kale chips are good, aren't they? Okay, so now I'm going to take my shallots, and we're going to get our shallots. I'm going to do 3 shallots in here. And you can use purple onion for this as well. And if you use purple onion, I used about a half of a purple onion. Purple onions are kind of big, so a half was good. All right. Okay, so let's chop up some shallots here. Throw those in our bowl. Teresa, a shallot is very much like a purple onion. They're supposed to be milder. Sometimes they feel like they're stronger. Like right now, these feel quite strong and are definitely going to make me cry. But they are very much like an onion. So I like to use shallots when I'm using raw onion because I just think it's better. But shallots are really good. The other great thing about a shallot is that they're small. So if you need a small amount of onion, shallots are really good for that because you don't then have to cut open an entire onion just for a small amount. I think I've actually got enough here. This is quite a bit of onion. Sorry, y'all. Woo! Strong. Okay, now I'm going to chop up some pecans now that I'm crying. Let me chop up some pecans. We'll see. We may end up adding more onion. I don't know. And I'm just sort of eyeballing this. I'm going to say about a half of a cup or so. You could leave this out if you wanted to, especially if you were trying to make it lower calorie. I think nuts, now I don't know if Andrew feels the same, but I think nuts are really good for men when they are dieting because they need more calories than we do. My man needs a lot of calories. And so I think nuts are really good because it helps them reach their calories. where for me, it's going to put me over my calories, but in moderation. So this is about a half a cup of pecans chopped up. All right, then we're going to need some broccoli. We've got broccoli. Oh, good, Charissa. You're so welcome. So I'm using one of these packages of bacon. And we are going to use the entire package. So that's about 10 slices of bacon. Let me grab some paper towels to put down. That's right, Suzanne, they are. So I'm just going to get this bacon onto a paper towel. All of it. And I'm going to cook this in the microwave. I'm going to start with 60 seconds. And then we are going to blend some cottage cheese. Because instead of using mayo, we're going to use cottage cheese because it's going to be less calories and higher protein, okay? So I'm going to eyeball this, but I would say around a half a cup of cottage cheese is what you're going to need. So we're going to start with that. I'm putting it in a food processor, and we're going to blend this until it's completely smooth. So it's going to be very creamy, just like a cottage or just like a mayonnaise would be. You could also use a plain Greek yogurt or something like that for this. Suzanne, it is very good. It's not quite the same, but it is real bacon. All right, I'm going to cook it. This is what it looks like. I'm going to cook it another 30 seconds. So it is real bacon. It's just, it's not as good, but it's less calories. And I think it's because, sorry, onions making my nose run. I think it's because it's got less fat in it is the reason why. And it is thin as well. All right, so we have our cottage cheese. You can see it's nice and smooth now. Smells like bacon. Yes, more protein. That's right. So we've got protein from our pecans, we've got protein from the cheese, and protein from the bacon, and then protein from the cottage cheese. Okay, so we've got protein in multiple places. I'm gonna just get the rest of the grease off of this. And I think I'm gonna cook it a little bit longer. It's still a little too flimsy. You could also use bacon bits for this as well instead of the bacon. So you could use bacon bits as well. Whatever works for you. I'm gonna go ahead and add some cheese to this. It does, Cheryl. It's my favorite thing. I got it off of Amazon. It's magnetic. It sticks. I have to stick it to the left. It won't stick in the middle, but I have to stick it to the left. And I love it. Suzanne, it's just a Kroger brand, but you can buy, Oscar Mayer sells it as well. Let me grab the box and I'll show you. So this one is the traditional. I forgot to buy the lower sodium, so this one hasn't been opened yet. But 2 for $7 at Kroger right now. It is 2 ounces of bacon. It's 10 slices. 3 slices is 90 calories. And 6 grams of protein. So it's a really great option. It's a quick breakfast if you're wanting to add, have some bacon for breakfast. It's also really great for BLTs as well. So this is the Kroger brand. Oscar Mayer also sells it, and I think Hormel sells it as well. So it's real bacon. Okay, it's good. All right. So I'm going to take the bacon. We're going to get it chopped up. It's an easy, it's nice to have in your pantry because it stores in your pantry. And it's nice to have around because you can just throw together some BLTs, you can throw together some breakfast. It's nice to just throw into things if you want to, have some bacon on top of a salad, anything like that. It's just nice to have around. So I usually keep it in my pantry so that I can have it when I need it, and I can fix it real fast, and I don't have to spend, at least 20 or 30 minutes cooking bacon. Which I cook it in the oven, but this is a whole lot easier. Okay, so there's our bacon. I've tried turkey bacon and I'm not a fan, but I do like turkey pepperoni. Bacon. Okay, so we got all our ingredients in here. Let's add our cottage cheese. Blend it up. I don't really know how much, so I'm just, like I said, about a half a cup. We're also going to add some vinegar. This is white wine vinegar. You could do whatever kind of vinegar you want. Apple cider, white distilled vinegar, whatever. I'm doing 2 capfuls of vinegar. And then we're going to add a little bit of sweetener. So I'm using 2 packets of Splenda. You could use sugar if you want to as well. Whatever you want to use. We're going to do salt and pepper. I'm going to do some salt and I'm going to do some pepper. All right. And then let's mix it up and then we'll taste it. See how it tastes. Again, you can use, if you're not wanting to do this diet friendly, if you want to take this to a cookout or something like that, you can use mayonnaise. That's the way that I made it the first time I made it, and it of course was delicious. I mean, mayonnaise makes every salad delicious, right? So you could definitely use mayonnaise for this if you want. But I decided to swap it for cottage cheese in order to get a lower calorie, higher protein broccoli salad. So I'm just going to try and get this all mixed together. I think I'm going to need more cottage cheese, but we'll see. Griffin's playing music on his phone that's sitting right here. Hello. I'm making something for you.
Smells good. Looks good.
with cottage cheese.
Looks yummy.
Looks yummy. All right, I think I'm gonna do more the rest of this cottage cheese in here. But I think it's looking pretty good. What do y'all think? The thing about broccoli salad and any salad is you can really make it whatever you want. You can add whatever you want to it. But you can see how creamy this is even without using mayonnaise. I'm making a mess. I keep dumping it out. All right, I think I've about got it mixed up. Okay, there we go.
Mama.
Yeah, bud.
I thought my phone was in my room. I was playing it on my watch.
I know, and it was playing out here.
My bad.
Okay. Yes, Dee Dee. So that's what I was saying earlier is that is an ingredient I don't especially care for in broccoli salad. I'm not a fan of fruit in my salad, really ever. And that includes raisins and cranberries. And so I did not put any raisins in this. But absolutely, you could do raisins. You could do whatever you want to, right? In broccoli salad. I'm going to grab a fork or spoon to taste this. Make sure it tastes good. And that's all there is to it, y'all. Easy.
Yes.
You want to taste it? Dill? Yeah. You guys, you can't even tell that this is made with cottage cheese. Honestly. I thought that I would notice a difference, but you really cannot even tell. Cindy, yes, you can add milk. You can add almond milk. You can add regular milk. You can add whatever you want to it to make it pourable. But if you make it fresh, it's usually pourable right after you make it. Now, after it refrigerates for a little bit, it will thicken up, and then you can mix it. Or even here lately, I've been doing buttermilk, adding some buttermilk to it. Did y'all see that big old bite that he just took? He just shoved all of that in his mouth. I'm gonna see up your nose. I guess it's good. Can you tell it's not made with mayo? No.
Nope, pretty good.
So this is perfect for lunches. It's perfect for him, like I said, because he travels on the go. And so he can pop this in a cooler and open it up and eat it. And he's good to go. And he's got some protein and some veg. That's about the only way my husband will eat broccoli. He won't eat it cooked at all, but he absolutely loves broccoli salad. Wow. But he's got to have extra raisins and extra sunflower seeds. Well, that's wonderful, Dee Dee. At least you have a way that you like it. That's good. Let's see here. Made this broccoli and cauliflower, all other ingredients the same. I use Greek yogurt and mayo. Okay. Yeah, Michelle. Or you can also do just Greek yogurt, which Greek yogurt's a little more tangy than cottage cheese. That's why I like to use cottage cheese more often than Greek yogurt. But
It's got more protein.
Cottage cheese has more protein?
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. Yeah, and cottage cheese has more protein than Greek yogurt, so. But I think it might be, I've got some Greek yogurt, so let me compare, because I'm curious. Now that he says that. Okay, I lied. This is not Greek yogurt. This is plain protein yogurt. And it is 25 grams of protein per 2/3 of a cup, 160 calories. Cottage cheese is 13 grams of protein and 110 calories for a half a cup. So it's a little tiny bit more calories for this, but it is more protein. But this one's the protein yogurt. So it's made to have more protein in it. And it's not Greek yogurt. So let's taste it and find out what it tastes like. So I haven't used it yet, obviously. Same consistency as yogurt or sour cream. Very yogurty, very zesty. Yogurt is very zesty, isn't it? Gotta decide what to use that for. It's interesting. Greek yogurt is interesting. Yogurt in general is interesting. Cottage cheese, I think, is the option for this. I think cottage cheese is the better option for the broccoli salad. I love fruit in my salad. I add my mixed greens, hard-boiled eggs, raisins, walnuts, sliced grapes, blueberries, and raspberries. Wow. Yeah, I don't like all that. No, thank you. I love the fruit, but I'll put it on the side. All right, y'all. So there you have it. I will post a recipe for you all so that you can make this too if you're interested. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope y'all enjoyed this, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Love you guys. Bye.